Going.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
So it's a little different fight week than you had expected you might have. Can you talk to me about the moment you heard that that fight wasn't happening and who you were going to fight and all that?
You know what's funny? Like I was, I want to say like 3 weeks out. I was like, man, I hope he makes it to this fight. I hope he makes it to the fight. I just had a feeling, you know. And then they sent the countdown show or for the co-main event, and the camera guy got a call, and I could hear him. He goes, "Are you with Rob right now?" He goes. The guy was on the phone. Was like, "Yeah." Can he hear you? He goes, "No," and he walked out the door. And I'm like, "Oh man, like something's up," you know. Then the next day, I got the call. But you know, the worst part about it is like I'm kind of used to this. This is my 9th opponent in the UFC that this happened. My debut was like this. I've gotten to England the day of. Got Ian Edwards didn't make weight, couldn't fight. Got to South Carolina, 2 opponents pulled out on that one. So I've done this before. I'm familiar with it, which is kind of sad, but I know how this feels. And even my last opponent, obviously, unfortunately, Cruz couldn't make it, and we got a new opponent. So I've dealt with this before. This is nothing new. I've always kind of prepared myself to not necessarily think too much of the opponent. Obviously, prepare for myself, and I see it as I'm defending straights, overhands, hooks, takedowns, submissions. You know, opponent will be the opponent, and even on fight week, I'm hoping everything goes smooth because it's happened before. I've seen guys on the local scene roll their ankle as they're walking into the cage, so like I'm prepared for the worst, and this is no different.
Was there any hesitation taking the fight?
Not hesitation. It was more of like, let's sit down and talk about it. I'm in that similar scenario as I was my last fight. I'm fighting the young guy coming up, you know. But this fight's exciting. You know, it made sense. He could make the weight. It's another striker, so I didn't have to sit down and worry about the takedown too much. I'm not saying that he won't shoot. I'm not saying that I won't shoot, but you know, it wasn't as clear as like Rosa. He was definitely going to shoot. He was definitely trying to take it to the ground, and this one seems a little bit more exciting. You know, he has a fun style. It's the classic Mexican versus Puerto Rican style, and I'm excited to go out there come Saturday.
Sometimes we hear that an opponent will message their opponent and apologize for an injury or whatever. Did you get any kind of message or talk? Have you talked with Raul?
No, I just found out from a manager, and then I guess on social media he said that he hurt his rib. So, you know, man, there's no bad blood or anything like that. Not at least on my side. So like, it is what it is. Ideally, we get to rebook that fight. You know, so but he has not reached out. No.
So that's what I was going to ask, is if maybe he didn't reach out because he doesn't want to make a friendship with you, if you guys plan on fighting again, have there been any talks that would be the next fight?
No. Obviously, we've been focusing on this guy, and but I wouldn't mind booking it again. You know, ideally, I go out there, everything goes smooth, I'm not too banged up. We can book it as soon as he's healthy.
And you mentioned that you're fighting a young guy, so he has a lot to gain from this win. What do you have to gain from a win over him?
Just the fight on the Noche card, you know. I get to fight in Texas, you know. I get to show all my hard work. I've been training a lot. I've been grappling a ton, and you know, I've been in Austin for I think 5 weeks now, training with you know, Gary Toning, Gordon Ryan, John Danaher, and I really feel like I want a submission on this one, and you know, I think he's a perfect opponent to do it. I'm not going to force it. I think naturally I'm going to keep it striking as much as possible, but if there's an opportunity, I'm going to jump on it.
Have you seen him in the hotel at all?
Not yet. I hope he's here. I hope everything's smooth, but I haven't seen him yet. When I do see him, I'm going to shake his hand, but I hope everything goes smooth. He makes it to weigh-ins, the weight cut goes smooth, and we make it come Saturday night.
He is here. We've seen him already.
Let's go.
And then there's also another big fight on Saturday in the boxing world. I'm curious, have you been paying attention to that? Do you have a prediction for that fight?
Yeah, you know, at first I was kind of leaning towards Canelo, and then I rewatched the Errol Spence and Crawford fight, and I was like, oh no, man, because obviously I was thinking like he might be kind of big for Crawford. Then like, nah, I think he's more athletic. I think the switch in the stance will give him issues. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Crawford on this one.
Thank you.
Hey, Rob.
What's going on, brother?
Just kind of going back to Raul Rosas Jr. there. When you looked at that matchup specifically, like Is it a little weird being like, I don't want to age you here, but is it a little weird being like 38 and facing somebody that's like 2 years out of high school? Would that be a little bit weird?
Hell no, man. I got to catch them now before they get better. Like keep me the young guys. I catch them now before they get to like that 25, 27, get that grown man strength, whatever you want to call it. Nah, hell no. His name got brought up when Dominic Cruz pulled out or got injured, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Then it didn't happen, and then obviously he called me out a couple times, and then I was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, he's on my radar, and then so like I've always known we would eventually get to this point, and then we were sitting around for a while, didn't have an opponent. And then like 4 weeks ago, I was out here in Texas just to train. I was just training supposed to be here for 2 weeks, and then I got the call, and I was like, you know what, like, he's a grappler. I think I'm in the right spot to fight a grappler, so it makes sense. I was in Austin; it's about an hour and a half away from here, so like it just made sense. And then so we took the fight, and then obviously, unfortunately, he pulled out.
What do you think the interaction between you two would have been like, right? Because I mean, I'm 35 myself, and I still don't get the lingo of some of these younger guys. Like, if he would have hit you with, like, what's up, Unk, or something like that, or I'm fighting a guy with Unk status, like, how would you have reacted to something like that?
I would have appreciated it, man. Like I said, like I am up there in age as far as my age, but my cage age is not that old. I haven't took too much damage. I think I came into the sport at the time where guys started smartening up with the sparring and haven't been in too many wars in the gym. I could honestly say I probably felt like I've been beat up twice in the UFC. But besides that, I haven't took too much damage. I'm healthy. I'm fresh. I feel great. I'm in there with the young guys, still doing my thing. I'm beating these young guys. This feels like Adrian Yanez, Kyler Phillips, my last opponent. This feels similar, and I've been here before. I've been in there with the vets. I know exactly what I have to do with this kid, and I plan on showing that Saturday night.
And then as far as, like, your career outlook, I know certain guys are like, man, I don't want to look past Saturday, but we talked to Tim Elliott a few weeks ago, and he said something interesting. He said, listen, I'm getting older, I'm getting up there, I know my age, I know where I'm at. I don't really care about fighting for a UFC title anymore. I just want to make some money, and I want to enjoy my UFC career as long as I can.
Yep.
Are you still wanting to fight for the title?
100%. 100%. I ideally, I get in there, get my hand raised, probably get one more up-and-comer, a Raul or another up-and-comer, and then I'm looking for like a song, a Sean O'Malley, or even a Peter Yan. I'm looking for one of those fights. I don't believe this fight does it for me. I think it gets my hand raised, it gets me out there, gets back to fighting, but I don't think it does move me that much on as far as like towards that conversation.
Yeah, and then as far as like the Sean O'Malley fight, I feel like that one's been talked about for a long time, between both camps. And he's kind of said, like, he didn't lose motivation, but he just said he was kind of tired of training for a guy like Merab Dvalishvili. He said the camps were exhausting.
Yeah.
He almost got tired of fighting, and he said now he's excited that he gets to fight a different guy, maybe a guy that, is more of a stand-up guy,
Yeah.
right? So you get this win. Is that a call-out you want to make?
Is any fighting song? Is that official or?
I think it's a rumor right now, but
Well, then yeah, throw me in there. Hell yeah, of course, man. Like him or Song. You feel me? I was supposed to fight Song a couple times already, and it just doesn't happen. But yeah, I think is another thing is like I fought basically all of the top 10 too. So it's like I gotta be real smart on how we play this out. But yeah, that'd be another one. I'd love to fight Song, O'Malley, Peter Yan. Those are the guys I think. If everything goes smooth, I can get those matchups. It puts me back into that conversation. If not, I'll go back to the young buck.
And then as far as the champion Merab, right, it seems like the general consensus is that like everybody seems to think he's going to hold on to that belt for a while, right? So if you're looking down the line and you're looking at Merab, like, what is the strategy to beat this guy? Because nobody seems to be able to figure out the pressure in the cardio.
Man, I think Corey saying it might be the guy to do it. I think he's smart enough. I think he'll figure something out. But I don't know, man. You gotta hit him. I do believe like you can't back up too much with him. You gotta press press him backwards, keep the pace up, and get ready for a 5-round war because he won't stop. But yeah, I think you got to back him up more than he's been backed up. You saw with O'Malley, it was kind of like almost like trying to pull him in. I think a guy like that with that momentum going forward, he's going to do that all night long.
This on? Hey, hi. Hi, Rob. How you doing?
What's going on, bro?
Let me stand up for you. First of all, welcome to San Antonio.
Let's go.
What does it feel like for you as a Hispanic fighter here representing the culture on Noche UFC and in San Antonio? You know,
Yeah. It's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait to walk out there with the Puerto Rican flag, man. It's gonna be fun. I think it's the classic matchup. You know, you have a lot of these wars, especially in boxing, the Mexican fighter versus the Puerto Rican fighter, and I think it's gonna be fun, man. I think all the Mexican fans are gonna appreciate the way I fight, what I bring to the table, and I plan on going out there and put on a great show.
Do you think this event helps just lift up the fact that there are Hispanic fighters that are really, really good?
100%. You know, it's one of the things you kind of like almost forget. You know, but like obviously the UFC doing a great job with like the Ultimate Fighter shows and obviously Noche and this card. So yeah, 100%. I think we're kind of more known for the
food.
For the food, for baseball, obviously boxing, but I think they're starting to see a lot of big wave of fighters.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you.
No problem. My daughter's going crazy right now.
Hey Rob, I'm over here.
Okay, what's going on, bro?
You talked about wanting to get a submission victory.
100%.
Is that because you were training for a grappler? You've kind of found yourself in some positions where you could get off a submission. Is that why you're kind of?
Oh man, I feel like the last 3 weeks has been clicking, man. Like I feel like the way Danaher and Gordon and even Gary, they break down these submissions. Like I have a whole new love for like the armbar and triangle. Like it's like, wait, hold up, like there's different ways. It's like it's impressive. I'm literally leaving there like, I don't know what just happened, but I got to go back and I've been doing. They have a 9 o'clock class and then a 12:30 class, so I'll double up on that and then do more MMA at night. But it's impressive, man. And then it's like. If Gordon's not teaching, his replacement is John Danaher. It's kind of like, this is too good to be true. Like, it's almost like, man, why haven't I been here before? Like, and like, yeah, the whole squad, they're all killers. And it's like, you have like these young 20-year-olds that are just like, I'm like doing privates with them. I'm like, can you show me how to do this? And it's like, but I'm feeling like everything's starting to click. I understand it a lot more. And it's some basic stuff, but just a lot more detail to it.
Yeah, that would be awesome if you were to pull off a submission victory. So thank you.
Yeah, and I guess that's the plan. Like I said, like ideally, like I say that I go out there and start banging it away. But like if something presents itself, I'm gonna try to jump on it.
All good. Perfect.
Thank you guys.